Oh yeah. Damn it. For you. What are you doing?
Just need some energy for this YouTube video.
It's January.
There was some great PS5.
I did a video a while back with the best PS5 games with the most insane graphics. There's been a lot of new releases since then, so let's run through these top 17 must-play PS5 games with the most insane graphics. In number 17, we have a game that is quite old, but is still one of my favorite Resident Evil games, Resident Evil Village. Now, I still remember booting up this game and being mesmerized by the graphics of this game. This is visually incredible, especially inside the castle. I spent such a long time during this game when I wasn't being mutated by really hot vampires, just admiring the scenery. There is a point in the game when you are free of all these vampires, and honestly, I just walked around just loving the game. There are some other great places in the game, just outside the castle in the village, which visually looks perfect. The character models are unbelievable. They look so real with their expressions and believable dialogue.
We'll be safe in here, won't we?
Safer here than out there, that's for sure.
I said go!
There is no one left! A worthless invalid, a stupid, wailing bitch.
And that goes with some of the enemies in the game as well. Wow. With Resident Evil 4 Remake coming this year, oh my gosh, will this be topped? In number 16, we have a game that was one of the best surprises of 2022. But Stray was just an unbelievable game. Visually beautiful and so unique as you play as a stray cat trying to escape this enclosed dome to find his friends and family. Which I am totally over it. This Cyberpunk world is so colourful and reminds me of Cyberpunk's Night City. The dark alleyways with all these unique robots who have their own story to tell. Even in some of the places you visit are stunning, such as one of the stores, the nightclub. There is so much depth and detail to this game. I strongly recommend you play this game because it's one of those games which is quite short, but you can have a break from those other games that just become so frustrating and just makes you want to break your controller.
Come on. Shit!
In number 15, we have a game that had to be on this list because so many people were telling me on some of my YouTube videos was that, how have you not played Returnal? Still haven't played it yet. What? The rain, the grass, the lighting, it looks incredible at 60 FPS. And if I'm correct, even at 60 FPS, this game has ray tracing, which that's probably why it blew my mind so much. Celine as a character has a lot of depth, especially in that first cutscene before she crash lands. The solar system looks absolutely incredible. Enemies look so unique, and I've heard how hard this game gets. When you die, everything pretty much changes.
Encountered scavenger fire. Encountered hostile predator.
But that is where the game is very, very different from other third-person shooters. When it first came out, you had to complete the whole levels. I'm so glad that they patched that in very quickly because I can't imagine doing another Demon Souls. The variety in enemies and the levels, and when you die, everything just becomes so unpredictable. This is what makes this roguelike action game just so different and addictive. When I first saw this game, I wasn't really excited to play it, but now that I've seen much more footage, oh my gosh, I do want to play it now. If you want to play with a friend, they have now added a co-op mode. So with my limited friends, I might have to speak to Love Gaming Retro and tell him, let's jump in. Or you could play in the all-new survival mode, which I have no idea what that is. But if you have played it, drop a comment. Let me know how it is. It is on my list to play as soon as I finish The Witcher 3.
What about Final Fantasy?
Moving on swiftly. In number 14, we probably have one of the best racing games on the PS5, and that is with Gran Turismo 7. With its insane realism of graphics, driving, the variety of cars, and the damn price to all these cars, which I can't afford in real life, but also can't afford in the game. Polyphony Studios. I've played quite a bit of Gran Turismo 7, but because of its endless grinds and limited events, it pretty much puts me off the game because every time I'm in the menu, do you want to buy new credits? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? There's a limited car available. Stop making out I'm going to miss out on all these cars, even though I'm gonna. When I am playing the game, every car feels so different. It just feels so polished. It's one of the best racing games I've probably played to date. And when I started upgrading most of my cars, the game became so much more enjoyable. In the rain, in the day, and in the night, it doesn't fail to impress. My favorite car is the Nissan Skyline, which I just love to use in every race if I could. Customization is incredible, and with this guy actually tuning it into my all-time favorites, Paul Walker's Skyline from Fast and the Furious, they have really improved the customization to this game. They have also made it worse with the currency in this game. But what are you gonna do?
Screw it, I'm paying for online currency. I'm gonna check my internet balance.
No, you're not. That's my money.
Oh, what's it? $29.99 for a premium Pornhub subscription.
Damn scammers. Good thing you noticed that.
Unbelievable. Good thing I checked.
Good find. In number 13, we have one of the most improved games of the decade with Cyberpunk 2077. I played it as soon as they released that next-gen update, and I'm not gonna lie, the game looks incredible. And since then, been numerous amounts of patches. I can only imagine that the game looks and feels even better. And there wasn't much wrong with the game when I did play it. Yeah, when I played it, there was some glitches, some funny glitches. Even though I haven't jumped back into the game because I completed the story, Night City is such a cool city, and I just love what they were trying to do with this game. From being able to have different apartments, acquiring these amazing different cars, which I couldn't afford, so I just stole them all. They looked and felt so smooth. The missions are a lot of fun with a lot of variety, and the customization for your character is endless. They are releasing a DLC very, very soon, which I'm actually excited because it gives me a chance to dive back into the game to see the improvements. You're definitely gonna want to play the main story until that comes. In number 12, we have one of my most hated game of all time, and that is The Last of Abizilla.
Awesome, I love protein.
I mean, The Last of Us Part 2. Graphically, this game was made for the PS4, and visually, it is just unbelievable, especially with that PS5 update. This game is a masterpiece through gameplay and its visuals. I bought the game on sale for about £8 because I thought, you know what, now that I'm a bit emotionally stable, I can probably go through the story again. That was your fault, Neil Druckmann. Thanks for that. Every little detail in this game is mind-blowing, from Ellie, how she looks when upgrading weapons, when it is raining, from when she is crouching or even going prone. I think in combat, just the way she moves, the way she takes an arrow out of her if she gets hit, this feels like an interactive movie. And not to mention when you are shooting the hell out of these NPCs, it is brutal.
She went back that way! Right over there!
You scared? You hear me?
If you love The Last of Us Part 1, I recommend spoiling yourself before you play Last of Us Part 2, because then you won't be disappointed with the story. In number 11, we have one of the best stories of all time, and that is The Last of Us Part 1. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's definitely up there. Recently, I booted up the PS5 version, and I was impressed visually. The character models, environments, they are pretty amazing. They have made such insane improvements to this game. Not really in combat, just visually. I think I would be raving a lot more about this game if I didn't complete it like 15 times on the PS3 and the PS4. And I'm just jealous if there's some of you out there that haven't played the game at all. You need to play The Last of Us Part 1, especially on PS5. Like Part 2, the scenery, the different environments at night, during the day, it is so damn impressive. I love that they have added weapon upgrade animations from Part 2. Along with that, you can now view and read items in real time, so you don't have to go to the menu like the PS3 and PS4 version. The detail of each gun, the way Joel clicks back the gun, this all wasn't present in the PS3 and PS4 version. And of course, the brutality of Part 2, it's in there. In number 10, Star Wars Jedi Fallen is up there again with one of my favorite games. Quite a surprise for me, because I don't really like the Star Wars universe. From the moment you start playing the game, you will notice visually how insane this looks, from Cal's hair, the way he moves, and not only that, the other characters as well, in and out of cutscenes. The impressive landscapes on the many different planets you visit, what you can see in the distance, wow. Wow. And I love that in each planet, enemies feel so different, feels different, you can feel it.
Over! Beat you!
The double lightsabers you eventually get, and the combat is like Demon Souls. It is hard, but there was no negatives about this game, apart from the puzzles. My god, it took me a long time. Clever. And the new one is only on current gen consoles, so you can only imagine it's going to look and feel even better. In number 9, Kena Bridge of Spirits is one of my favorite indie games because it isn't a AAA game. Most of these indie studios put as much love and care into their games as possible. The scenery is beautiful, along with the incredible sounds that fit in this game's mood is so perfect. You cannot help just fall in love with this game. Enemies look incredible, and with your bow and your spear, the combat is fluid and it's quite hard. But when you end up putting some of these combos together, it looks and feels incredible. Rarely do I put those together, but it does come eventually. I just love looking around the world, finding collectibles, completing some of the side content because it makes you explore the world in full. It feels like a Zelda game for the PS5. In number 8, we have Horizon Forbidden West. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm probably in the middle with this game just because of how repetitive it does get. And the fact that it's fully open world, there is a ton of stuff to do and explore. The enemies are incredible, especially the bigger ones. You just can't think that, wow, how the
hell am I gonna take this elephant down?
So it's been a while since I booted up this game, but once you're in the groove of it, you do get addicted to the game, completing these mini missions, side content, and trying to scavenge for supplies to upgrade your gear. I really hope the DLC brings a lot more variety to the game because it's only on PS5, which is a bit of a bummer for PS4 users. I hope that they can change a few things up. I'm probably being a bit too ambitious about that. I just found it a little bit repetitive. Interested to see what this DLC is going to be about, but there's no doubt it is going to look and feel amazing, probably even better than Forbidden West. And take a look at that flipping machine that is living in the Hollywood sign. How the hell are we going to beat that? How? Number 7, we have Elden Ring. Now, this is a bit of a weird one because I look at the art style and I think, you know, it's not truly insane graphics. Son of a bitch! Calm down, don't get angry, guys. Calm down. Comparing it to something like Demon Souls looks so much better, but because of the open world and how good this game is, it makes the game look even better. Does that even make sense? Elden Ring is such an incredible open world experience with so much freedom, variety. This is what makes the game look and feel incredible. The fact you can go anywhere and that in an instant you could be in a completely different area, world, or cave, this drastically changes the game in an instant. Enemies are brutal. Even enemies like the Erdtree, which is my favorite because it was the easiest one to defeat, to the fire giant, who I'm currently struggling to kill because I'm probably not leveled up enough. It truly deserved Game of the Year, and we just have to thank Bill Clinton.
I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
In number 6, we have a game that I have put over 100 hours in the game, and that is Ghost of Tsushima. And this game holds a special place in my heart. This is the best samurai game I have ever played. Even just the way you hear the wind and you get on your horse, the sounds of the galloping, it fits so perfectly. What is even more incredible is instead of a checkpoint, you swipe up on the D-pad and the wind directs you to where you need to go. It's just so much more immersive, and it's not just that typical Ubisoft checkmark. The different stances, the different weapons, the parrying, the blood. Oh my gosh, this is like living in a movie. The characters as well, they're all so unique with their own story. You will feel every emotion just from the look on their face. You feel the world of Tsushima with the depression because of the Mongols invading. Now when I say play this game, play this damn game. In number 5, we have a game that I've completed around 3 times and I've got no idea how I managed to do that. And that is Demon Souls. Demon Souls is just on the PS5 and you can see why with how amazing this game looks. I don't think you could find a lot of other better looking PS5 games. The environments, every realm you go to is ridiculous. It looks so damn impressive with the castle walls or the gloomy graveyard. When you are slowly moving through the castle trying not to get killed. I love this game so much, but damn was it so flipping hard. Every boss is so epic, and I've forgotten most of the bosses, but wow, some of them are ridiculous. So if you want to see some graphical power with your PS5, oh, play Demon Souls before you put it in the bin. In number 4, we have A Plague Tale Requiem, and I feel like this game is not hyped up enough. I played the game on release, and yes, it's only in 30 FPS, which was a bit of a bummer. It didn't take away from anything in the game. Yes, when you approach fire a little bit, the frames drops just a little bit. The way Amicia and Hugo looked, the characters felt so believable. This was on par with The Last of Us. The environments and the different scenery made me speechless. I couldn't help just explore. Different windmills, you see people dancing. I did not get bored once playing this game.
This island is quite big.
It's big, but it's beautiful. Look, another bird.
And I didn't have any tears in my eyes.
I know.
I felt like I was alone. So I make
There was
a
a
mistake.
there was a fly. I will eventually go again with this game with a new game plus, but I'm just waiting and hoping that they bring out maybe a performance mode that could bump it up to 60 FPS, because if they do that, I'm jumping back into that game. In number 3, we have The Witcher 3 with that PS5 update. Now, a lot of you might think, you know what, it's not even that impressive. For a game that has received so many awards and it's over 7 years old, this update, this free update, if you have already got the game, it just makes the game step up to another level. I am addicted to this game and I played it on my Switch. The frame rates take the game to that next level and I cannot put this game down. I'm trying my best to get through the game, and with so many incredible games coming out in January and February, I just need to get this game done. I just don't know how long this game will take me. I think this is at least a 100-hour game. The combat is a lot of fun, roaming around the world with Roach. It feels a little bit like Ghost of Tsushima.
How long are you gonna make me wait?
You can buy the game cheap. What are you waiting for? In number 2, we have one of the most hyped games for 2022, God of War Ragnarok. I reviewed this game, so if you want to see a spoiler-free review, be sure to click the link. God of War Ragnarok was one of the best games I have played this year. It is better than movies from the way it looks, from the story, and the fact that you get to play this for over 40-50 hours. I kept it in performance mode, and even in performance mode, the game is unbelievable. I just spent time just looking around, admiring every bit of detail, the work that went into this game. All I'll say is that you need to make sure you do a couple of missions at the end of the game, because there is quite a big of a twist. I didn't know until I saw something and I was like, oh, great. When I say this is incredible, this twist at the end of the game with all the side missions, make sure you carry on playing. In number 1, we have a game that it does have its problems, but I really enjoyed this game, and that is the Callisto Protocol. No matter what you think of the Callisto Protocol, you can't help but look at this game and think this is a 10 out of 10 for the way this game looks. It truly is an amazing graphical game. The game is stunning with the character models, the animations, its scenery, and the prison where it takes place. It's one of the best looking games in 2022.
Annie? Medical supplies?
Bullshit. Open it.
Why?
Because I said so.
After I did that review, they then brought an update out that has improved the game massively, from faster reloading times, faster healing times, faster combat. You can now skip those damn death animations because you're going to be dying a lot. I would now really recommend playing this game because of those updates, and it has been confirmed that there will be a new game plus coming early this year. You can then upgrade all your weapons, which when you do get them, the game is brilliant. What do you think of the games that I've mentioned? Are there games that you think look incredible that I haven't mentioned? Be sure to let me know and comment below. Well, let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. Top 12 PS5 exclusives coming in 2023. Shout out to Khalid Abdul Alim. I came around this channel while looking up best games of 2022 and subscribed instantly. I hope you take over, brother. I really appreciate the comment, and I just want to say at the end of this year I thought I would finish off with 5,000 subscribers, and we're already on 6,000 subscribers. So I just want to say a massive thanks to you guys. You are really helping out the channel.
Next year.